with that?
I was. We probably shouldn't bring that back up again.
No, those are some great moves.
Let that go into television history, and let's just not bring that back.
That is out there on YouTube already, my friend. Great steps. Here's the question is, what is it? It's the Quirky. There are 6 outlets in here, and it bends, right?
Well, the really cool thing about this, Dan, is this is such a typical problem solution. And so many of us have dealt with these old school power strips for years. And we just kind of assume this is how it has to be. And if I have these big giant plugs, all right, it's going to have to take up 2 or 3 ports, and I have the second plug, and after that, I'm done.
It's kind of like we believed the world was flat for so long.
Well, we didn't, but our predecessors did.
That's right.
What's really cool about this is the guy named Jake Zion. He lived with his parents, and he came up with this idea, and he sketched it on a piece of paper, sent it to the Quirky website, and he said, why can't we make a power strip that works better than this old school style? So he designed this. It's a longer power strip, so it's 17 inches long.
Yeah.
But the really cool thing about it is it has flexibility at every single port. So now we have these 2 large plugs in here. We have this awkward cell phone plug that sticks out to the side. No idea why they make them like that, but they do.
No, I don't either.
Now we can bend and flex, and every single one of those ports.
And you got room.
Yeah, you can actually use every single one of them. So when you have 6 large awkward plugs, every single one of them will actually fit in the pivot power. An old school power strip, Dan, you're lucky if you get 3, maybe 4 on a good day.
His name was Jake Ryan?
Jake Zion from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Nice. What a great idea.
20-something-year-old. He just said, hey, look, I've had enough of these old power strips. Let's do it right.
And he did it right. All right, here's the 3 colors we have remaining on this. And by the way, if you buy more than one, you save $5 on each additional unit. So the $29.98 on the first one becomes $24.98. And let's go through the colors. We have a beautiful dark blue, which I would call Michigan blue, but you could call it whatever blue you want, midnight blue. Here is gray.
Is that Ohio State gray or no?
No, please don't say that. Well, maybe on another host's watch, but not on mine.
In Columbus it is, but nowhere else. All right.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, buddy.
Just gray. And then here is the white. The white is the most limited. Yeah, Craig, now I'm going to have to bring up those dance moves again after that.
I figure you're going to do that.
Now, how does this work? There's a button down here, nice long power cord. What's the button?
That's your on and off button.
Okay.
So basically just press that to turn it on and off. You want to turn everything off at the same time, you can press that button. This is neat as well. We have a 5-foot cord. So typically the cord you get on a lot of power strips, 2, maybe 3 feet. This just gives you more space. And the flush plug as well. This is a 3-prong plug. Let me try to say that again fast. 3-prong plug. And this actually has that flat back on it. So what's nice about that is you put this against the wall, you can push a couch against it, you can push a table against it, and you're not going to bend it at all. So it's going to fit nice and flush against the wall.
We're down to our last 32 minutes or so of our last-minute holiday gifts. QVC is amazing. We're the best at what we do, and we can get it there. You'll receive it before Christmas. So you know all those cool electronics you're getting at Christmas? Now you got a way to protect them and a way to use every outlet. You actually get your money's worth here, 6 out of 6, as opposed to those strips where sometimes you can only use 3 of them, right, Craig?
And think about all the things you're plugging in nowadays. So if you just go into your bedroom, for instance, 10 years ago, you maybe had 2 lamps and an alarm clock. That was it. Now you're both charging your cell phone. Now you're charging a tablet. Now you may have the Sleep Number bed. So you have so many more things that you're plugging into the wall. And so many times nowadays we're getting these larger plugs that weren't designed to fit in these old school power strips. That's not what these were designed for. The original power strip was developed back in the 1970s when we had maybe 2 things to plug in every single room.
Right.
Now you have your entertainment center where you're going to plug in your router. You're going to plug in your cable box. You're going to plug in your Blu-ray player, then your television set. You're also going to plug in the gaming system. Next thing you know, you have all these large, awkward plugs with the pivot power because we can bend and flex at every port. You're actually fitting 6 things into the pivot power. That just doesn't happen with the old school power
Here we
strip.
go, over 1,000 ordered now. 3 choices, the white, the gray, and the blue. A lot of people are taking advantage of that buy more, save more opportunity. Where on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th unit, you'll get $5 off the price. 3 easy payments of $9.99. This is the last day this month on 3 easy payments. Free shipping and handling saves you $6.22. We're about a half hour away from midnight. We're going to present the lowest priced QVC has ever offered on a Dyson vacuum as a today's special value. And guess what? It's one of their most popular selling vacuums ever. The DC25 ball upright vacuum will be out. It has a value of $496.99 with the extra attachments. We're going to be out at $269.94, and we'll have it on 6 easy payments. Tune in for that at midnight. But right now, for all those electronics and around furniture, you can wrap it around the leg of a table or around a lamp, and you can get all your outlets in. I love this because a lot of us, you see the wall plugs, and then we put these extra extenders on there trying to get everything. It doesn't work. It falls out of the plug. The power strips don't handle the bigger plugs, and there's so many of these big transformer plugs.
They seem to be popping up for everything that we have, whether it's a printer and a computer that you have in your home office, or it's the stuff we talked about earlier around your entertainment center where you now have 5 or 6 different things plugged in.
Or your router.
Or your router. Even in the kitchen, when you have a lot of those appliances, we're dealing with these larger plugs. This plug right here is actually from one of the homes in my Christmas village. And I have that set up this year that I actually have 2 pivot powers. I have 12 of those homes plugged in at the same time. If I try to use this large plug with an old school power strip, I use the one port here at the bottom. I take another large plug, I put it in here.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm done.
You're pretty much done.
I would need 6 power strips to be able to plug in that Christmas village. I now have just 2 of the pivot powers because you not only can take the big plugs, but all that flexibility is so cool. So now I have these large plugs right next to each other, plenty of space to fit those in there. I have this large timer that you may have for your Christmas lights as well. And now when I get to the awkward cell phone chargers, the flexibility there is really the big story.
Just bends, turns.
Bends and flexes however I need to do it so that everything is actually going to fit in there.
You can use them all. By the way, that white choice that Craig is demonstrating is our most popular choice, but now there's only 800 remaining in the white. Last day this month on 3 easy payments of $9.99 on your credit card. Free shipping and handling saves you $6.22. If you buy more, you save $5 on each additional unit. White is not the only color we have, though. We also have it in gray and a dark blue. Beautiful power strip. It's longer. It's more flexible. It reminds me of that song, Bend Me, Shape Me, Any Way You Want Me.
I will not be dancing to that.
You will not be dancing to that. By the way, what did you do with that money for the dance lessons? Does your mom know?
I lost that.
You lost that. Okay.
Bad pool player.
Bad pool player. Here's the white. Here it is in the gray. Don't say it. That's just a gray.
We'll just call it gray.
A dark blue. I'll say it. Michigan blue.
Yeah,
there you go. So buy more, save more. Again, they took an idea that we had for years, nobody ever thought to improve, and this young guy
we all just got used to dealing with this old school power strip, the old way of doing things, and that's really what the company Quirky is all about. So Quirky is actually a website. You can check out their page at quirky.com. They're all about making invention accessible to anybody out there. So anybody that has an idea, you can submit the idea. That's what Jake did. Jake said, you know what? I'm tired of dealing with this old school power strip. He's a 20-something-year-old guy in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He said, I have a better idea. He sketched the original pivot power on a piece of paper, submitted it to the Quirky website. This has become one of the most successful products they've ever had, and it's just a regular idea like you or I could have, just saying, you know what, I have a better way of doing things.
Only in America. That's the American dream right there. Here's the, look, you can even form it like a question mark. Here is the blue, the dark blue, my personal favorite, matches my sweater and, you know, matches my college team. I know I talk about them too much. And here are your other 2 choices, white and the dark gray. White is now getting very limited. If you want this, it will get there before Christmas when you shop with a credit card at no extra charge. And there's the problem right there, Craig.
Just gets rid of that mess. It's a really clean, sleek design. Of course, we have that surge protection as well. This is the newer version of the Pivot Power. So if you remember seeing the Pivot Power from last year, that gave you about 580 joules worth of surge protection. They actually significantly upgraded with this newer version. This now has over 1,000 joules of protection. And the reason that's significant is if you get a power surge through your line, you picked up a power strip from one of those cheap dollar stores that cost you just a few bucks, that may give you about 200 to 400 joules of protection. If you get a significant charge through your line, that may not be enough to protect all your stuff. And if you have a lot of expensive electronics, you want to make sure you have that surge protection. Protect that computer, protect that big screen television set, protect that Keurig coffee maker that you have plugged into the wall. You want to have that protection in case that surge does come down the line.
Surge protection. All right, let's say hi to Sandy in New York. Hello, Sandy.
Hi, Sandy.
Hello, Sandy. Hi, there you are. How you doing?
Good, thanks.
Good. Sandy, I'm Dan, and this is Craig, and welcome to our big QVC family here tonight.
Well, thank you. I was just explaining to the lady I have, my house is over 100 years old.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. It sounds cool.
And
My wife
hardly
would
have
love
any
that.
outlets, so this is perfect.
Yeah, a lot of those older homes,
Right.
they weren't designed to plug in everything we have to plug in today. You probably have very
Right.
limited outlets in a lot of those rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, some are on the floor, too. So.
Oh, somewhere on the floor. Yeah. Well, this is going to come in handy. What types of things will you be plugging into it?
Well, in my computer room, I've got all that stuff I'm going to plug in.
Mm-hmm.
And then in my TV room, I'll do the TV, and my son has a game.
Gaming system,
I
sure.
don't know, PlayStation or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, all those things require electricity, and now it's kind of nice that you can move this around so that you can get those bigger plugs in there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's great. I really like the look of it, too.
It's an ingenious idea.
Yeah,
and
it's one of those things you're probably saying, why didn't I think of that, right?
yeah, right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that this makes you're living in that home a little bit easier and a little bit more enjoyable. And I hope you have a wonderful, warm Christmas with all of your loved ones.
Well, thanks, and the same to you guys.
Thank you, Sandy.
Thanks, Sandy.
Take care.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Power for everything. Now you can use the whole strip, and you can bend it any way you want, so you can get them all in. We've got it in blue, white, and gray. $29.98 your feature price. Customer top rated. Our customers love this, to give it an average of 4.5 out of 5 stars.
Sure. Well, it's just one of those devices that makes sense. Again, we all have these large plugs. So many of us play this game nowadays too, Dan, where we say, you know what? I got to charge my phone, but you know what? My kid's phone is taking up all the space on the charger. So if I just unplug theirs for a little bit, we almost play this 3-card Monty of using that old school power strip. This is designed to use 6 big plugs that we're now using on a daily basis, and that flexibility means even those awkward large plugs, they're going to fit in there with ease.
Right. Craig, always a pleasure.
All right, good to see that Michigan blue out there.
Thank you, and good to see those dance moves earlier. Let's never see those again. No, that was funny. Hey, stay in the line, V32941, $29.98. White is very limited, down to the final 200. We also have it in gray and navy. And remember, if you buy more than one, you're going to save $5. Those easy payments. Last day this month, we can do that on 3 easy payments. Well, here's a powerful vacuum that can fit in the palm of your hand, or it can be in an upright mode. We give you lots of attachments to make the monster get right to where all the dirt is. The neat thing about this is that it's powerful. Over 650,000 monster vacs have been ordered from QVC. Over